I expected a normal dirt map or grass map today, but it actually includes road. Are people actually driving backwards? No, okay, no. They're going into GPS. I was like, huh? Is this a backwards map? I would have loved it. Wow, that's it? Wait, I'm 8. Oh. There's not much happening on this map. Is theoretically a chance to just plastic bounce this. Yeah, toll, there's nothing. Ah, that's not good. Anyone here? One second? I check. What kind of run does he have? Aha, good that I checked. That was such a right decision. once again, exactly when Granadi isn't here, there is a cut, and there's of course a high chance that I'm actually missing it then, because Granadi gets told by his chat very easily. And there was one time where I, like a Sunday cup of the day, where I did not make it into Div 1 because there was a very obvious cut, but I never really searched it, and yeah. Makes this of course much more interesting, this cover. But many people know about that cut already. They know so fast though. And so again, 1 second, question mark. Do I check again? Do I go offline again? Was decent. Okay, I will check. This was a good run. I have no idea where I would gain another half a second, actually. Like, what's the trick? No, what is this? It's again a second. Nopla? He must have just driven that in the moment that I went off the server. Ah, okay. That explains something. He's also going this way, I really wonder. And what was Giuliano doing? He was doing my strat. He was just fast with it. I'm still wondering with this transition here. And the penalty right after. Is there anything here? Nothing special. The twist was also just doing this. Okay. Okay. Let me go back. The question is if this Napla strat is working easily. Yeah, he was actually going further in the CP. He was not turning around that early. Because he needs the speed, of course. But the Snappler strat is difficult, guys. I'm not sure if I can do that. I make it really dependent on how good I turn around. Get that line faster there. I can gain a lot in the end. Oh my god. Need one start in the next 25 seconds. Scheiße. Was actually good. Damn cuts. $400's missing, eh? Also the map is ultra basic. The thing is, the map consists of one single drift. And then this right turn in the end, which is just weird. Also that downhill right turn. I don't really have an idea how you would do that. And how you would know consistently how much airtime you get when you go into it. I'm still torn apart between releasing the corner or drifting. Or pre-drift. No, pre-drift is also not it, it seems like, because you do get the airtime anyway. You would need to pre-drift and release then. But then you could also argue to just release. Which looked like this now. This would have been actually good, I think. With that I would have made it. Or you use this and you jump into the corner. No, but small release. This is exactly what I did in my last attempt, but it didn't work like that. And then I'm also wondering about this. Sadly, I couldn't really test it out. Like I didn't really have the time then anymore, because I learned about new cut ways. As in the end, I probably lost too much time by looking. Also the thing is, this Nabla record, it would have been almost ideal that I actually checked that out. But since I then actually decided to do the exact same lines than I did before, because it seemed to be too random to get it through. I lost basically just a lot of time. Look, even Artoy is not the fun. You just needed a good cut, and then it's like just one single drift here. And here I sadly had the wrong decision making for a long time. I thought that if you keep the grip there, but then you go over the penalty, that the penalty makes it worse. But it was not the case. So you can basically say, as the map consists of one cut, of one drift, and then of 3 other elements, and from these 3 elements, the 3 other elements, I was not sure how to do them. First of all, this transition here. What is faster? No airtime and penalty, or airtime and no penalty? Then this weird downhill ride, how to drive it the best. And last but not least, the last crest turn, because from the first try already, where I noticed that there is a plastic border on the outside, is it actually faster to not make the corner fully and just crash against the plastic border? Yeah, look at this. PP. Ah. That's annoying, because cut cup of the days are always winnable. You just have to get into Div 1. And then it's always possible to win. But yeah, I came under heavy time pressure in the end of the seeding, I have to say. It was difficult to get another run through, knowing that there are not that many options anymore. I mean, this is not much different in Div2, to be honest. It's like, no matter if you're Div1 or Div2, could be any position now. But the cut still makes this map a lot more interesting than if it wasn't there. Also, because if you take away the cut, like there was only this dirt turn. There was nothing else happening on this track. There was literally just this dirt turn, in front of which we turn around, then this one drift, and then this right downhill turn, and the finished grass turn. Like 4 turns, some of them, however, PF. So there's really not much happening on that map. I guess that some people actually went for the Nabla cut, and went into Div 1 because of that. But they will get eliminated by trying it every round. Scrappy is driving Nabla cut in rounds, okay. I don't think so, Chalky. Don't think that we will get FS again. It's of course sad that this streak ends exactly the day where Granati is not there. So usually it is the other way around. But like this it sucks, of course. Exactly now where Granati is not streaming, it would have been super good to be in the front. But with that, also on this map literally everything was possible. Just because there is really not much happening on this map. It is about know-how about the lines, and then it is about how good do you get the cut. Yeah, I think I would need to watch the Nabla cut once again. So one more time, to see the exact line and to see where exactly the gear changes are happening, because that makes it so difficult. Do you think it's faster to just bounce against the wall? yeah, at least 15 other people are definitely going cut, and I didn't even get a bad. I felt like, oh my god, I got a no slide. And a big one. I have no speed now. 9. Don't tell me. Really good last turn. Okay. Was also good end. Frank jumps out. In Rekakax. Down out in 45th wheel. Did down go cut or not? I wonder. My PB of the seating, yeah, didn't do the air brake in this jump there into the second reactor. That alone did cost me the one, because it was only 400s. It was like many positions behind the cutoff, but it was only 400s. And that air brake was the difference. I figured that out afterwards. But then it was too late. It was only 1.1 seconds, by the way, into red. I wonder if that means that everyone did cut, because do you make such a time? Do you get such a time without cut? I don't think so. Maybe actually many people did the Nabla cut, and that's how I got dropped out of the one. Because many people survived that. I don't know. I had to make a decision. I decided against trying it too much, because I had to first of all improve my time generally. And I wasn't sure if I survive it a single time if I go for it. Because of the time pressure now. Of course, now after the cup I can try, but Blanco out. Blanco was twice in first when I had a good round. be honest, this could be someone that didn't cut in red. Because it was 1.3 seconds after cut. I wasn't sure then. For the trophies. Yeah, I think I gained it already in the... Ah yeah, good. Usually I would think I gained it already with the right downhill before, but the last checkpoint was actually right before the grass turn. And there I was still a tenth behind. Would be cool if it was actually just because the bonk is faster. That I actually figured out a line that gave me the overtake. I'm not really feeling this one drift that much, to be honest, on this map because of the exit, because you don't have the full space on the exit. You cannot take the full width of the road. And it makes it so weird because you at the moment that you have to left off the brake, you don't really see how far outside you can go. Plus the speed is very strange into this drift, now with the cut before. Caught up to Neek a little bit. Come Flamecaster. Is that really necessary to practice now? And why is my internet, or is that his internet? Like that is how an internet lag looked like in the old Trackmania games. That the picture that you see is suddenly much faster than normal. Either much slower or much faster, that it like changes between that. It will be a battle against Neek, I guess. I mean, Neek is not driving very fast in most of the rounds, but he is, like, as always, consistent. I'm usually consistent, and I don't know, it depends. Like, there was of course also a closer round earlier, but there are also many yak rounds. Oh, it's not against Sneak. I did successfully jinx him. I see also coming that in a decisive moment I actually get a plastic bug in the last wall hit. Imagine you just bounce back from it. That was actually a good round, because it was just 1/10 and I drove a 0.7, which is basically my seeding time. Well, I think it's exactly the cutoff time actually, the 7:41 and cutoff was 7:43. I don't know, they also failed it then. Because that was not really perfect for me either. Ah, wow. Okay. I PB'd massively. A Flamecaster is also a super dangerous opponent, to be honest. Because he is always, as he is often in the lower divs, like in div 2 or 3 or something, but he is always good in knockouts and drives much faster times there than in the seeding. Like, I had some gear thing in the beginning, where I wasn't sure if that did lose me time. That was on the penalty grass on the first reactor. There was some weird gear. Sound-wise, it didn't sound perfect. But I was quite close to him. It was then mainly the drift that he got a bit better. The rest was equal. Felt also pretty good. Is Scrappy still on the server or not? No. Is Juliano on the server? Yeah. Okay. And let's see who's taking the win here. As I said, we have not seen most of the rounds now, sadly. But I was wondering myself, of course, was Div 1 winnable? I mean, in this round here, the top 3 are way faster. Just Spam was basically beatable. I have no idea how the rounds before were. If there were rounds where like a mid 41 is out. It's always the question, do you look at the orange or at the red? Ah, look. This is something that Nabla, for example, didn't do. Yeah, this makes, of course, sense. Yeah, and this... and then someone died. This makes, of course, so much sense. The Nabla cut is, of course, way easier if you do it that way. Yeah, the thing is, I just only saw Nabla, you know, and I didn't want to leave another time. It might be that others actually went a bit later and thought in the correct way of doing it. Or thought about it, actually. Would be cool if both make it. Oh, yeah. Until here, it's good. I'm surprised that Centrion doesn't have more speed, or he doesn't do the air brake there. But I'm surprised he didn't have more speed than mine. I expected him to have more. Yeah. Okay, that's a good round. And now the bows. I think both are doing it, yeah. Ah, but mine has it. Wow, these are great times. Holy shit. Holy shit. 40.77. Yeah, that was unwinnable then. Also, the thing is, if the Nabla cut was inconsistent, in that case, Div 1 most likely would have been winnable, because all these people would have been knocked out, but I figured out a way to drive it consistent. And that changes everything, of course.